Have you ever thought about how some relationships can quietly disrupt your peace, even in your golden years? As we age, life invites us to focus on what truly matters: serenity, meaningful connections, and self-care. However, not everyone contributes positively to this stage. Surprisingly, even family members can sometimes hinder our happiness, creating a need to set boundaries and protect our emotional well-being. Now consider this. How can certain individuals affect your peace, and what can you do to safeguard it? Understanding the dynamics of these relationships and taking proactive steps is essential. Protecting your emotional balance is not selfish. It's an act of self-love and self-respect. With that in mind, let's explore the 5 types of people you should avoid in old age, starting with one of the most challenging: the manipulator. 1. The manipulator, turning kindness into obligation. As emotional balance becomes more valuable with age, manipulators pose a unique threat to your well-being. Often appearing as individuals in need of help or affection, they use subtle tactics to disrupt your peace. At first, their behavior might seem harmless. They might ask for a small favor or rely on your support. But over time, their requests grow, turning into a pattern of dependency that drains your energy and emotional resources. Imagine this scenario. You're enjoying a peaceful afternoon, reflecting on the beauty of a well-lived life, when the phone rings. A friend or relative asks for one more favor: a ride, a loan, or help with an errand. You oblige, thinking it's a small gesture. But as these requests multiply, you notice a pattern. They only call when they need something. Worse, they make you feel guilty for saying no, as if refusing would make you selfish or neglectful. This is the hallmark of the manipulator. They use guilt as a weapon, framing their needs as emergencies and turning your kindness into an obligation. Over time, this one-sided dynamic erodes your freedom and emotional autonomy, leaving you feeling trapped and overwhelmed. The antidote to manipulation is learning to set clear, firm boundaries. Start by recognizing the behavior. Ask yourself, does this person enrich my life, or do they take more than they give? Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and care, not obligation. If someone consistently leaves you feeling drained or resentful, it's time to reevaluate their role in your life. Boundaries are essential. For instance, if someone frequently asks for favors, practice saying, "I'm sorry, but I can't help this time." You don't owe explanations. Your well-being is reason enough. By setting limits, you reclaim control of your time and emotional energy. Surround yourself with people who genuinely value and respect you. By prioritizing supportive relationships, you create an environment where your golden years can shine with freedom, joy, and fulfillment. Saying no to a manipulator is not cruelty. It's a declaration of self-worth. Protecting your peace is always the right choice. 2. The self-absorbed. The narcissist. Have you ever felt invisible in a conversation, as if your words didn't matter? Life in our later years is meant to be a time of reflection, connection, and sharing the rich stories of a life well lived. Yet, not all connections nurture the soul. Some individuals, consumed by their own needs and achievements, lack the ability, or desire, to look beyond themselves. These self-absorbed individuals, often described as narcissists, can quietly steal the joy and balance from any relationship. Imagine this. You sit down with a friend or relative, eager to share a memory that still warms your heart. Just as you begin, they interrupt, steering the conversation toward their own experiences. You try again, hoping to create a meaningful exchange, but once more, they shift the focus back to themselves. Over time, you realize this isn't a one-off occurrence. They dominate every conversation, turning what should be mutual sharing into a performance centered entirely on them. Narcissists thrive on attention and validation, often at the expense of those around them. While their actions might not be intentional, the result is the same. You feel unheard, overshadowed, and undervalued. For seniors, this can be particularly painful. After a lifetime of accomplishments and memories, you deserve to share your wisdom and emotions with people who genuinely care. At first, narcissists can seem charming, even captivating, which makes it easy to overlook their self-centered tendencies. However, as time passes, their inability to offer empathy or genuine support becomes apparent. They may dismiss your accomplishments, minimize your struggles, or ignore your needs entirely, all while expecting you to celebrate their successes and cater to their desires. Their behavior can make you question your worth, but it's important to remember, their actions reflect their limitations, not yours. The key to navigating relationships with narcissists lies in boundaries. You don't necessarily have to cut them out of your life, but limiting their ability to dominate your time and energy is essential. For instance, if they frequently interrupt or hijack conversations, assert yourself gently but firmly. "I'd like to finish my thought." If they disregard your feelings, calmly reaffirm your perspective. "I hear you, but this moment is important to me." Surround yourself with people who celebrate and uplift you, those who show genuine interest in your thoughts and experiences. These are the relationships that enrich your golden years, creating spaces where respect, empathy, and mutual care thrive. Letting go of the need to please a narcissist can be liberating, freeing you to focus on connections that truly matter. Your life experiences, feelings, and stories are invaluable. Don't let anyone, not even the most self-absorbed person, diminish their importance. By prioritizing relationships that celebrate your worth, you build a circle of support that reflects the richness and beauty of your journey. Remember, valuing yourself sets the standard for how others treat you, and that is the cornerstone of a life well lived. 3. The critic. The voice that undermines confidence. Have you ever felt like someone's words weigh heavier than they should? In the later years of life, one of the greatest joys is the freedom to live authentically, embracing who you are and celebrating what you've achieved. However, critics, those who seem to find flaws in everything, can threaten this freedom, replacing your confidence with doubt. Their constant stream of judgment, even under the guise of helpfulness, can wound deeply and create an environment of negativity. Critics appear in many forms. It could be the friend who comments on your appearance, the family member who questions your choices, or the neighbor who always suggests you could have done better. Their remarks may seem trivial at first, a comment about your clothing, how you spend your time, or a decision you've made. But over time, these seemingly minor criticisms accumulate, creating a backdrop of judgment that can overshadow your peace of mind. What makes critics especially harmful is their tendency to project their own insecurities onto others. Their words often reflect their frustrations and fears, rather than any real fault of yours. Pointing out flaws becomes their way of avoiding their imperfections, but knowing this doesn't always soften the impact. After all, you've lived through triumphs and challenges, joys and losses, and no one has the right to diminish the person you've become. The critic's voice, no matter how loud, is just that, a voice. It doesn't define you, nor does it hold the power to shape how you see yourself. One of the most empowering steps you can take is to filter their words. Not all feedback deserves your attention. Ask yourself, is this criticism constructive? Does it come from a place of care and respect? If not, it's negativity you don't need to carry. For example, if someone constantly questions your choices, respond with calm confidence. "I appreciate your concern, but I'm happy with how I'm living my life." This simple statement reinforces your autonomy and subtly establishes a boundary. Critics also thrive on negativity, so redirecting the conversation can neutralize their impact. If a family member points out what they perceive as a mistake, respond with, "That's one perspective, but I'm proud of what I've accomplished." Steering the discussion toward your strengths reminds both them and yourself of your worth. Surrounding yourself with supportive, uplifting people is just as vital. Seek out friends, family, or community members who celebrate your achievements and bring positivity into your life. These are the relationships that act as a counterbalance to criticism, reminding you of your value and drowning out negative voices. Whether it's a shared hobby group, a trusted confidant, or new friendships formed in this stage of life, these connections are like sunlight breaking through clouds. Remember, critics only have power if you grant it to them. Their opinions are just that. Opinions. They do not define your happiness, achievements, or self-worth. You've earned the right to live free from their judgment, celebrating the life you've built with pride and joy. As you reflect on your journey, hold on to this truth. You are enough. You always have been. Critics may try to dim your light, but your strength, experiences, and self-respect will always shine brighter. 4. The irresponsible, shifting their burdens onto you. Have you ever felt like you're carrying someone else's weight? In the golden years, life offers the chance to ease into a well-deserved sense of freedom and peace. Yet, irresponsible individuals, whether family, friends, or acquaintances, can disrupt this balance. They bring chaos, shifting the consequences of their poor choices onto you, leaving you emotionally, and sometimes financially, drained. Picture this. A family member repeatedly finds themselves in financial trouble or personal conflicts. Time and again, they come to you, pleading for help, promising change, and assuring you this will be the last time. But the cycle continues, and each time it leaves you questioning whether your support is truly helping or simply enabling their behavior. Irresponsible behavior isn't just about neglecting duties. It's about avoiding accountability. These individuals often rely on your goodwill, appealing to your sense of duty or generosity. They might be younger relatives, old friends, or people you've cared for in the past. Their reliance can feel like exploitation over time, with you bearing a burden that isn't yours to carry. It's essential to remember that compassion and kindness, while important, must be balanced with self-respect and discernment. Continuously rescuing someone from the consequences of their actions not only drains your energy, but also denies them the chance to learn and grow. Accountability is a skill that only develops when someone is allowed to face the results of their choices. Setting boundaries with irresponsible individuals isn't an act of cruelty. It's an act of love, for both them and yourself. Start by acknowledging your limits and recognizing that you are not obligated to solve problems that aren't yours. For example, if someone repeatedly asks for financial help, you could say, "I'm sorry, but I'm not in a position to assist with this. Perhaps you can explore other options." This response not only protects your resources, but also encourages them to take responsibility. It's equally important to resist guilt. Irresponsible individuals often use guilt as a tool, suggesting that your refusal means you don't care. The truth is, you can care in healthier ways, by offering advice, providing emotional support, or simply being present without assuming their burdens. Your role isn't to fix their lives, but to guide them toward finding their own solutions. Your golden years are meant for joy, exploration, and self-care, not for carrying the weight of others' poor decisions. Surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries and appreciate the support you can offer. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, not on one-sided dependence. As you navigate these dynamics, remember, helping someone grow doesn't mean sacrificing your well-being. By choosing to focus on your happiness and protecting your peace, you not only honor yourself, but also create space for them to learn accountability and independence. Your life, your energy, and your freedom are too precious to be overshadowed by someone else's irresponsibility. 5. The ungrateful, when kindness goes unnoticed. Have you ever given your time, energy, or love only to feel like it wasn't valued? One of the most fulfilling aspects of life, especially as we age, is the joy of giving, whether it's sharing our wisdom, offering a helping hand, or simply being there for others. But nothing diminishes that joy quite like ingratitude. When your efforts are met with indifference or even criticism, it can leave you feeling disheartened, undervalued, and questioning the worth of your generosity. Picture this. You spend hours preparing a special meal for your family, carefully choosing each ingredient and pouring your heart into every dish. Instead of gratitude, you hear complaints. It's not as good as it used to be, or it doesn't meet their expectations. Or perhaps you rearranged your day to help a friend, only to be met with indifference, as though your kindness was merely expected, not appreciated. The sting of ingratitude goes beyond the absence of acknowledgement. It sends a painful message. Your time, care, and effort aren't valued. Over time, this lack of appreciation can weigh on your heart, turning moments meant for joy into reminders of being taken for granted. But here's an important truth. Their lack of gratitude doesn't diminish your worth. It reflects their shortcomings, not the value of what you offer. You deserve to be surrounded by people who see and cherish the love and generosity you bring into the world. Dealing with ungrateful individuals requires self-awareness and courage. Start by acknowledging your feelings. It's okay to feel hurt or disappointed when someone fails to appreciate you. These emotions are valid. The next step is to reevaluate relationships where ingratitude is a recurring theme. Ask yourself, does this person add value to my life? Do they respect my efforts and contributions? If the answer is no, it might be time to set boundaries. Boundaries don't mean cutting people out completely. They mean choosing how much of your energy and time you're willing to give. For instance, if a family member consistently fails to appreciate your efforts, scale back. Instead of going out of your way to meet their needs, focus on activities that bring you joy. If they question your change, calmly explain, I've realized I need to prioritize what makes me happy. I hope you can understand. This isn't about punishing them, it's about protecting yourself. Spend time with those who genuinely value you. Friends, neighbors, or community members who express warmth and gratitude for your kindness are the ones who deserve your attention. These relationships reciprocate your generosity, reminding you of the joy and connection that giving can bring. The ungratefulness of others doesn't define you or the love you offer. By recognizing this, you free yourself from the weight of their indifference and create space for relationships that uplift and fulfill you. Your kindness, care, and generosity are gifts. Offer them to those who appreciate and reciprocate. Your golden years are too precious to waste on people who fail to see your worth. As you reflect on the life you've built, remember, you deserve to be celebrated, not taken for granted. Let go of the ungrateful, and focus on those who remind you of the beauty and value of who you are. As we enter the golden years of life, priorities naturally shift. Peace, connection, and fulfillment become paramount, and the relationships we nurture play a significant role in shaping this chapter. The people around you can either uplift your spirit or weigh you down, making the choice of who to keep in your life an act of self-respect and wisdom. Avoiding toxic relationships, marked by manipulation, selfishness, criticism, irresponsibility, or ingratitude, is not selfish. It's an expression of self-love. By setting boundaries, you grant yourself the freedom to embrace joy and pursue relationships rooted in mutual care and appreciation. After years of supporting and caring for others, it's time to turn that love inward. Reflect on the life you've built. You've weathered storms, celebrated victories, and accumulated a lifetime of wisdom. These experiences have shaped you into the incredible person you are today. Don't let the negativity of others overshadow your achievements or dampen your joy. Instead, focus on building relationships that honor your worth, respect your boundaries, and bring warmth into your life. The acts of kindness, love, and generosity you've shared are a testament to your strength and character. Even when others fail to recognize your efforts, remember that your kindness reflects the beauty within you. Ingratitude doesn't define you. What defines you is the lives you've touched, the love you've shared, and the legacy of compassion you leave behind. Take time to celebrate yourself. Recognize the thoughtfulness you pour into everything you do, and cherish the relationships that reciprocate your energy. By thoughtfully choosing who you allow into your life, you protect your peace and ensure that your golden years are filled with respect, joy, and fulfillment. Your golden years are a gift, a time to treasure the things that truly matter. Whether it's the love of family, the companionship of friends, or moments of solitude and reflection, release the need to fix or accommodate those who drain your energy. Surround yourself with people and experiences that inspire and uplift you. Life is too precious to spend on relationships that don't nourish your spirit. Always remember, your happiness is your responsibility, and your peace is your legacy. By curating your relationships with care, you create a sanctuary of love, respect, and fulfillment. A space where you can thrive and embrace the beauty of your unique journey. These insights are shared to inspire you to live with purpose and joy. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one lesson you've learned that you're inspired to apply to your own life? Let's support one another in embracing these meaningful truths. If you found value in this message, please consider sharing it with someone who might need it. Thank you for being here. And here's to living your life boldly, authentically, and on your own terms. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting content. Your presence and feedback mean the world. Cheers to a life filled with purpose, joy, and peace.